Hey everyone, not everybody is cut out for a 9-to-5 job, and that's totally fine. Some of us just want to add a little more flexibility in our lives, whether it be for the short or long term. The good news is that there are plenty of options out there for people not wanting the everyday norm. 10 unusual jobs that surprisingly pay over $100,000. Bed warmer. No one really likes getting in a cold bed, so one entrepreneurial Russian woman charges men to get between their chilly sheets and get them all cozy. Victoria Ivachiova, 21, says she is a human bed warmer for hire. She charges $85 per night or $1,500 per month to lay in strangers' beds for an hour to ensure they are nice and warm when they turn in. The customers are already lining up to pay her for the bizarre service. Now Victoria is putting together a team of female bed warmers to keep up with demand. She tells clients they can be in the room while she warms their bed, but there is to be no physical contact between them. Barnyard Masturbator. The job of the Barnyard Masturbator is to masturbate farmyard animals for artificial insemination. They usually have two options at hand. Okay, that's different. The first is to use a rectal electrifier, which sends small shots of electricity up the bottom of the animal to stimulate it from behind. The other option is to do it the old-fashioned way with their hands. Either way, we think the less said about this job, the better. Very weird indeed. Plane repossession. Sometimes they give the plane back willingly and sometimes they don't. That's where this job comes in. You'll need to legally steal the plane and safely fly it back home. So, you would definitely need to conjure up your inner James Bond and make sure you know how to fly many different types of planes. The best part of this career is the pay. An airplane repo dude can expect to make between 6% and 10% of the resale price of the plane. That means you could be making 6 figures per plane repossessed. Body for hire. This isn't a specific job per se, but rather is the act of renting out your body for the short term. No, not like a prostitute. 2 examples? You can be a mourner at a funeral or be a stand-in bridesmaid at a wedding. Pay can vary, but if you can string enough gigs together, you'll put yourself into the 6-figure range for the year. That's $100,000 per year. And it's not prostitution. Human scarecrows. The job is to dress exactly like a conventional scarecrow and put the birds away from the fields. There are many other jobs that are unknown, but among those, the above 11 are the most unusual, odd, and weird jobs that pay a lot and can even help in accomplishing your dreams. Salary, $25 to $50 per hour, but we can't imagine sitting there in the sun for hours on end, getting sunburned and dehydrated. Definitely too weird for us. Snugglers. A normal workday for Samantha Hess includes spooning, holding hands, and snuggling with people she barely knows. She gets paid $75 an hour to do it. This Portland-based entrepreneur started her business, Cuddle Up to Me, a few years ago, and has not only managed to build a steady client base, she's become a bit of a worldwide sensation. It's not for everyone, but if you genuinely like people and want to make some extra cash or explore a new full-time job opportunity, professional cuddling may be right for you too. Decoy Executives. In certain parts of the world, acting as a fake businessman or executive is an actual job. There are stories from China in which white men are paid thousands to pose for acts of corporate theater. It's bizarre, but if you fit the role, it can pay well. There's just one issue we can see with this job, and that is, what happens if you're playing the role of an executive and then you're asked an important question and you don't have the answer? It could potentially be very awkward. Golf ball retrieval. This job is pretty self-explanatory. A golf ball diver uses their diving skills to rescue all of the lost and abandoned golf balls at the bottom of water traps and golf courses. A golf ball diver uses their diving skills to rescue all of the lost and abandoned golf balls at the bottom of water traps on golf courses. While the job seems perfectly safe, even boring at times, these golf ball retrievers must sometimes dodge alligators and need to be able to dive blindly without the use of lighting or compasses. They often dive in water with poor conditions for long periods of time. Government astronomer. This isn't one of those easy gigs you can get with just a bachelor's degree. An astronomy job usually requires an advanced degree, but the payoff is great. The median annual wage for astronomers was about $96,000 in 2012, but those lucky enough to work for the federal government took home a median $139,000 a year. There is one downside to the job. Astronomers may need to work at night since there's less radiation from the sun to mess with. Observations then. But most astronomers work normal office hours and only visit observatories a couple times a year. Professional bridesmaid. One New York woman already has 3 gowns up on 27 dresses star Katherine Heigl, and that's in 1 year. Jen Glantz, 27, has been a bridesmaid 30 times in the last 365 days, taking on all the duties from fluffing veils and dancing to the electric slide that come with it. But it's not because so many women count on her as one of their best friends. She explained, Jen is a professional bridesmaid who makes money by helping women pull off their big days. The whole endeavor started ironically because Jen wanted more single ladies to hang out with. Which one of these jobs would you go for? Let us know which ones you found interesting, and thanks for watching. Have a great day, guys.